Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Omega Oluwatosin, and if you are new to the channel, please subscribe, like, and share our videos. And on the channel today, I'm going to show you how to cut the madam skirt. I'm going to work with this Vives shiny trims to style this skirt. And if this is a tutorial you're interested in, please keep on watching. You need your chalk, you need your scissors, and you need your pin for this tutorial. The first thing you want to do is to use your hip measurement to cut the width of your skirt. As you can see, I've cut the same for the lining as well. What you're going to do is to divide your hip measurement by 4, then you're going to add 2 inches for seam allowance. And if you notice, the back is more than the front by 2.5 inches because I want to add a back vent to the skirt. As for the length, if your client skirt length is 39, you are going to mark 39. Even if you are going to add a 2-inch band to the waist, the reason why you are using the 39 is that if you remove 2 inches from 39, it will give you 37. That's for the band. Then you are going to add 2 inches for seam allowance, 1.5 inches for hemming of the skirt, and half inches that goes to sewing the band to the skirt. So that is why I measure my 39 inches, and I'm still going to add a band. Now let's measure the hip line. The hip line from the skirt, because my client is tall, is 9 inches. So I'm going to mark 9.5. Yes, 9.5. That's all I'm going to mark on the skirt. The next thing you want to do, you want to divide your client's waist measurements by 4 plus 2 inches seam allowance. Now on the waistline, I'm going to mark my client's waist measurement on the waistline. Now please check where I'm taking the measurement from. Check where taking the measurement from. The measurement is coming from the center front of the skirt, not from the back. Then I'm going to add my 2 inches for seam allowance. On the hip line, I'm going to mark quarter of my hip measurement and add 2 inches for seam allowance. Yes, 2 inches. The next thing I want to do is that I want to connect the waist to the hip to get that curve that comes from the waist to the hip. Now from the hip line, I'm going to go down 2 inches. Yes, 2 inches. The reason be that I don't want a sharp edge around that part, so I'm going to extend what I have on the hip line to that 2 inches point. Now the next thing you want to work on is the hem of the skirt. I'm not going to contour the hip line, but I'm going to contour the hem line by tapering in 1.5 inches. If your hip measurement divided by 4 is 10, you go in, you minus 1.5 inches from it, and that's what you're going to mark at the end. I went ahead to mark the 2 inches seam allowance that this skirt had at the hem too. The next thing you want to do is to come in with your ruler and connect what you have at the hem to the 2 inches point below the hip line. So that's what you want to do next. And this is what you are going to have at the end of the day. Now you are going to come down 1/2 inch from the center waistline because the waist is not straight. Yes, the waistline is not straight, so you're going to come down 1/2 inch and connect it to quarter of your waist measurement that you've already marked. So this is what you're going to have. Now I'm going to go in with my scissors and trim that part off. Please take your time. And as for the center back, I'm going to slit it up to the hem as well. You don't need to go up or down any amount at the center back top line waistline. All you have to do is just make sure that the side seam is connected. Yes, the side seam is connected, and that's all you should have at the end of the day. So this is how to cut a madam pencil skirt. As for the lining, it is not going to be equal with what you have on the main fabric. The lining is going to be 1 inches shorter than the original lining. Yes, 1 inches shorter than the original lining. Remember, I added 1.5 inch seam allowance. The lining is going to have half an inch seam allowance, while the main fabric is going to have 1.5 inch seam allowance. That's why you see me trimming off the 1 inch that is on the lining, so that you'll be able to pull in the hem of the skirts in for a neat finishing. And if you learned a thing or two from this tutorial, please give it a thumb up, like and share my videos, and don't forget to follow us on all of our social media platforms. Have a nice day and bye.